To be honest, I was very excited because, firstly, that's my personality also. But I was very excited because it's the first time we are making a period drama or something that's set in a different era in Indian OTT. So that in itself is quite interesting because if you see these days, a lot of stories are sort of similar setups, small town stories. So this is very in its own vibe, and it's larger than life, very aesthetically shot. But answering your question, when it came to me on paper also it looked great, but now from paper to the execution and how we've created Parashpur, it's looking even better. So obviously I was very happy to be a part of it. So when actually I'm playing Nritya Guru, that's the dance teacher, it sounds, actually doesn't even sound simple, but it still is simpler than what I'm doing in this series. This series has a lot of twists and turns, firstly. And Nritya Guru is, and I can't tell you what is he responsible for or not, but he's very layered as a person. So when I say layered, it automatically becomes very interesting for an actor to play a part like that, because every episode you will see something of the interesting as far as my inputs would be in Parashpur. So anything that's layered, anything that has a different side to him, anything that's not just one tone or unitone is always interesting for an actor. Who am I paired opposite and why am I paired opposite who? And that is something you have to watch the series for. But Milind and I also obviously have a lot of screen time together, and your guess now, I can't comment on that because you're very sharp. You would have caught me in a second. If I didn't ask you that, have you been told? I would have answered but you'll have to watch the series to see if Milind and I are paired opposite each other, and why are we paired opposite each other if that's the case. So like I said, because this is the kind of series where the script is, I think, one of her highlights. The way it's shot is obviously also is one of the, I would say, key pointers, and the cast and everything, but the script is the strongest point. So this is not a very simple story where you can say, oh, A is paired with B and B falls in love with C, so now there's an issue. No, it's not that simple. It's way more complicated than that, and hopefully people would like that. So, Mr. Khan, I'll tell you one thing. I think sometimes if somebody has to get offended, they will get offended on you eating an apple or having coffee. It's 2020. The only responsibility as filmmakers or as actors that we have is when we are representing some community or we are representing something, it has to be done with a lot of respect and responsibility. Nobody should feel offended from their hearts. The idea is not to hurt anybody's sentiments genuinely. Some people get upset about things that I know what you mean, they might get, but I think if you've seen the teaser, the trailer, everything, if you're talking about the boldness of it, which I don't really understand what that means, but it's shot very aesthetically. When you'll watch it, I'm sure if I'll speak to you then, and if you'll probably call me and say, Sahil, yes, you were right, it's shot so beautifully. Sometimes when we watch international shows, it's not that our show is about sexuality or about anything that is bold for some people. It's about a lot of elements. It's a lot of elements coming together. So likewise, when we watch a lot of international shows, there are a lot of elements that come together. The only responsibility as creative people is that you have to shoot it in a beautiful way and an aesthetic way. And I think we have definitely succeeded in that. And when everybody will watch it, they will 100% agree.